Star bright, starlight, may I wish on a star tonight. Well, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to give you something today that is going to make it where you can just, stop wishing and actually, get the things that are beautiful gifts for you. And I'm going to tell you right now that everybody has the same choice. I am not like anybody like super special. I have a relationship with my Heavenly Father. That's what the guidance that I do. I don't take credit for any of the stuff that I've done for many years now, as I just follow His guidance. I'm in awe most of the time. So let me tell you how that works. And let me give you a clear, definitive way to decide and to figure out whether or not you're on the right team, okay? Because a lot of people, they lie to themselves. And so let me give you some discernment about yourself and about everybody else and how love actually does win. And hopefully this isn't too much light for you. I really hope it isn't. I like to laugh, so it's a medicine for the soul. So let me tell you how love wins, and then you can figure out which team you're on and whether or not you still want to stay on that team, okay? It's really simple, and it's science-based. It's science-based. I'm going to give you science-based fact of what team wins and why. How about that? Are you ready? I'm so excited to bring you this. I'm not going to tell you all the ways love wins because this is a multiple battle, and it's one that we don't necessarily want to, tell all the secrets. But I'm going to tell you enough so that you know where you stand and what you want to do. So here's the thing: science has proven, okay, that the brain produces very little energy. Very, very little energy, actually. And it doesn't go anywhere. It goes nowhere. My Heavenly Father's humor is just... Okay. So anyway, here, let's contrast that with the heart. Now, they've realized now that the heart produces 1,000 times more energy, probably more, than the brain. And they've also scientifically proven that all the kinds of cells, memory cells, cognitive deciding cells, all those kind of cells that are in the brain are also in the heart. Yeah, your heart remembers. Surprise. Okay, so also what they found is that not only does that heart produce 1,000 times more energy, plus probably, than the brain, but it projects it out. It projects it out into the world 6 to 12 feet. Now, I believe that it goes a lot further than that. I think that it, actually impacts our entire world. But they can measure it, scientifically proven now, 6 to 12 feet. So here's what science says, is that we got one army over here, this energetic army that's all in the head, worry, concern, anxiety, gotta control it, it's all, I'm scared. Okay, we got those people, right? And that's the head, I gotta control it. Whenever you gotta control, manipulate, lie, treat people without love, kindness, caring, value, and respect, all those crazy anxiety causing ways of living, okay, that's the ego, and forgive yourself for that, okay, because everybody's been there at some point, okay, we're all on the journey. And so instead of that, you start thinking with the heart, and you get on the other team, and now you start changing the world. So we got two teams. We got this, all the people on the highway that have pop guns, doesn't really shoot anywhere. Doesn't shoot anywhere. They're right here. Okay? And then you have this other army, the army of our Heavenly Father, and our hearts shoot out 6 to 12 feet, according to science. Their limitation. So even with that, 6 to 12 feet over here, nowhere over here, it's a massacre. And so love wins before it ever even begins. But everybody gets a time to choose, and that time is now for you. And that time is now for the world to choose. Choose. Are you going to stay here in the mental anxiety, fear, and concern and compliance with you so can't trust yourself that I have to turn the TV on and think, oh, what am I going to do? Tell me. Okay, or are you going to live in personal sovereignty, love, kindness, caring, value, and respect for yourself and your relationship with the truth? And have a heart that shoots out 6 to 12 feet, be on the winning team. It's really not a hard thing to figure out. Okay, and let me tell you another scenario, because we're talking about energy here, and I know that's like woo-woo for some people, but it's the reality. I mean, science, again, has proven if you break anything down, everything, then it all ends up being a vibrational energy. That's as small as it gets. It's energy, vibrating in a particular way. How about that? Let that sink in just a second as I tell you about this. Because this should be easy to grasp, comparatively speaking. Science was measuring the vibration of people in this building. And in this building, they started to pray. And they were able to measure how the vibration of these people in the building was raised. You know, their vibration raised as they were connecting with the divine. Makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Yeah. But here's what was really exciting about what they also did. They measured the vibration of the people outside the building who had nothing to do with and had no knowledge of what was happening inside the building. Those people's vibration also raised. Are you starting to get it? Love wins before it begins. The question is, are you going to be on the winning team and live in happiness, joy, excitement? Do you see people that are walking around with this really, some big smile on their face and a gleam in their eye, even in the darkest of days? This life on this earth is short, my friend. But your choices, you are free to make. By decree of our Heavenly Father, you are free to make. You can walk on this battlefield with your pop gun. Or you can walk on this battlefield with your heart and your connection with our divine Heavenly Father, who sees 100% instead of trying to navigate with your 1%. And so that's the beautiful message I'm giving you today as we pass through this full moon energy. and don't lie to yourself. It's all energy. And we've got a lot of sunspots and whatnot going on. I mean, there's a lot of energy shifting going on. But I don't need you to understand it all. You don't need to understand it all. The main thing you need to do is realize there is an energetic and a spiritual battle happening on this planet, whether you like it, whether you acknowledge it, whatever you feel about it doesn't matter. It's the truth. And the truth also is you get to choose. The pop gun, or 6 to 12 feet, according to science. 6 to 12 feet's obviously going to win. And the great thing is that I'm telling you, you win as soon as you begin. You're going to see transformation throughout all of your life. You're going to see things different. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And so this is a plea to everyone, every soul on this earth. Know that I love you. And our Heavenly Father, He loves you too. And He already has forgiven you for everything you've done. I mean, you're running around here with seeing 1%. How could you make a great decision? And not only that, but you got people trying to gaslight you against yourself in your relationship with our Heavenly Father. So I mean, it's the Matrix. So of course He forgives you, but when you connect with the divine, then suddenly you have new vision as you develop that skill of trusting, communicating in a two-way fashion, and most of all, learning the rule, the basic rule that we've all heard, but so few tend to live by. Treat everybody the way you would want them to treat you. And so when you're finding you need to weed your garden and you're cutting somebody out of it, treat them the way that you would want to be treated if you were them. Give them the love and kindness and respect of understanding why they're getting out of your garden and how they would ever return if they were to. Just as an example. But I want you to give love, kindness, caring, value, and respect to yourself first. And the only way, I'm telling you right now, listen to this closely because some people misconstrue self-love. The only way that you can give yourself love, kindness, caring, value, and respect is to give it to everyone else involved, to treat everybody else the way you would want to be treated if you were them. So you may need to slow down just a little bit to jump into everybody's shoes to make sure that you're working from the heart. The highway will try to make you make decisions quickly where you can't have that time to have the empathy for everybody involved and try to see things from their point of view. But trust me, if you slow things down just a little bit, your clarity will be much better. You could look at it as when you're flying down the highway, and if you're looking outside the window, things are flying by. You don't really see it, right? But as you slow the car down, they become more clear. And eventually, you'll find that they're so clear you'll get out of the car, off the highway, and onto the path with us. That's my hope. But at the very least, consider everything that I've just told you about and how it applies to you. Every day, are you making your decisions with a pop gun, or are you making it with your heart and your guidance from our Heavenly Father? Because you can make decisions from your heart without your guidance from your Heavenly Father. I trust that you can. But why would you? Why would you? If you did, you're going to be giving your love away and being from the heart, only seeing 1%. Why not see 100? Why not? And not really actually see 100, but get the guidance of of the universe, of our Heavenly Father, of the love that surrounds you and is you. The truth. Why not get your connection to that and build it? That little intuitive voice in you that tells you what's really true. So often we run from and hide. You can't run from yourself, and you can't run from our Heavenly Father. He sees everything, and He knows more than you. He knows a whole lot more than me too. And so I'm not a special man as I take the place in the world as the real Dr. Dolittle, which blows me away. I do that in faith and with His guidance. What amazing gifts He gives us and we have no idea what comes. He has me working on so many things in the world now that I had no idea He would have me touch. It's an exciting time to be alive if you're on the right side. So do your self-evaluation and make your choice. No one can do it for you. And with that, sweet dreams, everyone.